Welcome to Jesus Yoga. Thank you for practicing with me. This practice is primarily focused on opening the hips. The hips are a place where our body deeply stores past experiences, trauma, and your self-image and self-worth is created here. So when you deeply dive into the practice of opening the hips, many emotions may arise. Fear, anger, sadness, past images can rise to the surface, ready to dissolve. And through staying calm, breathing, and letting go, you can release everything. Release and walk through all resistances of the body and the mind that may arise. We do this by flowing through this practice, accepting whatever feelings might arise, and releasing it. All belief systems can be released, like not loving yourself, feelings of not deserving or never feeling good enough. For most parts of this practice, we will inhale through our nose and exhale through our nose. Inhaling light, healing, and exhaling darkness, negativity, and all blockages. We inhale light and we exhale darkness and just breathe through all the blockages. Starting this practice, we will let go of any expectations and beliefs of how yoga practice should look like. So let's start our practice of opening, releasing, and letting go. So we're going to start standing on our mat and slightly bending our knees. And we're going to just start shaking small or big, it doesn't matter, just letting go and let it flow without controlling the movements. And at first you might feel silly, but just trust me and shake. And we inhale through our nose and light and positivity, and during the shaking kind of dance, you exhale through your mouth and release all tensions. You can either even sigh through your mouth and just let go, releasing all darkness and blockages over and over and over. And we're going to stop our shaking and just stand here, keeping your eyes closed and feeling whatever feelings might rise up or has risen up. Just accept that and release even further. Feel into your body, into your hips, and just letting go and releasing. Now you can open up your eyes, and next we're going to come into a seated position on our mat. Now we're going to come into a seated position on our floor, cross-legged. If possible, one leg in front of the other. And we're going to place our hands on our knees. Relax your shoulders, relax your body. You're going to inhale through your nose, light, and exhale all darkness. Really breathing into your pelvic area, into your hip area. Feeling grounded, feeling whatever is coming up, and releasing, letting go. Now you can open up your eyes slowly, and we're going to come into circular motion, coming to the front, inhaling, exhaling, rounding your back, inhaling to the front, exhaling to the back, and really small circles. The pelvic area and the butt, they are not moving. It's just the upper body, almost like a cat-cow. And you can make these movements smaller or bigger, whatever is feeling good to you today. Just keep on breathing and flowing, releasing and letting go. And to the other side, inhale to the front. Start with smaller circles and make them bigger as you go. Deliciously flowing into it and releasing, accepting and feeling. Now to the other side again. Big rolls now, if you can, if that feels good to you. And the other way again. Big circles, opening and releasing. And coming into sitting and rolling your hip forward and back, your pelvic area forward and back, releasing all the tensions that is stored up in here. Now you're going to lift up your leg, arm, and bend to one side without moving the hip. You don't have to go as low as I am. And move to the other side on the exhale, releasing all tensions. Again, to one side, and you can practice slower as I am and hold the poses longer. And again, come to a seated position and laying down onto your back. We're going to draw our knees now into our chest. And just the knees in the direction of the armpits. And now you make circular motions going out and in. And your core should be activating here. You should be working in your core, pressing your belly, your back, your lower back into the floor. So you're going to activate your core, your inner fire, and releasing your hips at the same time. Now, again, make them bigger and touching the floor now with your feet, continuing with the circles if you can. Remember to activate your core here and really press your lower back into the floor. And now cross the right leg over the other one and draw both legs in its eye through needle. You can hold on here and really open up your hip. Now if you can't reach your leg, you can always use a towel to hold on to that leg. And if you're more flexible, you can straighten the leg all the way as I am here. but only if that feels good to you today. Remembering your breath and flowing in your breath, inhaling light and exhaling and releasing all darkness. Now letting go, and the other leg is going to come across. Eye through the needle. You either hold onto your leg, you can also use a towel if you can't reach it. Make sure your toes are really lifted so you're protecting your knee. And you can straighten the back leg if that feels good to you, and get more of a quad and hamstring stretch with a hip opener. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness. Releasing and letting go. Now draw your knees into your chest again and start the circles again, activating your core. You can keep your hands on your knees and draw them into your direction of your armpits now, really opening up and releasing the hip. You can turn from side to side and come sitting up. Now crossing the other leg, which one you don't prefer as much, to the front. And now start the circular motion again. You can start smaller and become bigger. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness and releasing. Go through all blockages. You're going to feel released if you walk through it and release it. Turn the other way now. Accepting any resistances as being okay to be there, or any feelings. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness, maybe making the circles bigger now. Flowing and feeling. And now rolling your hip back and forth again, releasing all tensions that is left in your hip, in your lower back. And now again stretching to the side, from one side, on the other side. And if at any time you need to stop the video and want to hold the poses longer, feel free to do so. Rolling your shoulders back, releasing all tensions in the shoulders. And I'm going to sit to the side so you can see me better. You can stay as you are. One leg is closer to you and the other one comes a little bit more to the front. And now you're going to do cat-cows to the front and back, really rolling with your upper body. Your lower body stays kind of stationary. Moving to the front and back, and now maybe holding the pose. Go as deep as it feels good to you. You can move all the way down if that feels good to you. Inhaling light and exhaling all darkness and releasing. Slowly rising up, and one leg comes across the other. It's the left leg that is standing up. Maybe if you're not that flexible, you need to straighten the lower leg all the way out. And we're going to come into a seated twist. It's really important here to sit up as much as you can, and both cheekbones as much as you can to stay grounded on the floor. On every inhale, you're going to sit up a little taller. On every exhale, you surrender and release into the pose. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness. Now twist to the other side. The right leg moves to the front, the left leg is across, about knee high, and you can bounce a little bit to stretch out that hip, and if you can bend forward. But if sitting up is enough for you, stay sitting up and feeling the stretch in your hip, in your groin, and even in the calf. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness. Rising up again. And now lift your left leg up, maybe hug it into your chest. If not, just lift it maybe a little bit. If not, stay sitting with an open hip here. And hold the pose, breathing, releasing and letting go. We're going to switch legs. Now the left leg is going to come closer in and the right leg comes a little forward. The heel is about the width if you aligned with your other heel. And round your back forward. Come through it like a wave. Make them bigger or smaller, whatever feels best for you today. To release and to let go. There should never be a pain. It should feel good to release. And now maybe fold forward all the way if that feels good to you, or keep on flowing. Inhaling light and exhaling darkness. Now rise up if you were all the way down and your right leg comes across the left one. Maybe you need to straighten out the left one for the twist, or you can bend it. See that both butt cheeks are on the floor and the hip releases. Straighten up your back, sit up even taller, and on every exhale, you're going to release and surrender more into the pose. Now twist the other way. And move you, straighten out your leg. Your other one, the right one, is across. Keep your toes flexed to protect your knee, and maybe you come forward all the way. Maybe it's enough for you to sit up or just come a little forward. Inhaling light, exhaling darkness, releasing all the way, all the tension. Rise up again, stay sitting here, or you can go further and hug your leg into your chest, maybe rocking back and forth and releasing even further. Maybe you hold the pose. Whatever feels good to you today. Now release that leg and come into a butterfly position. Your hands are on your toes or feet if you can. You can help with your arms to open up your legs a little bit further. Maybe roll those hips a little backward as I'm showing right now. Maybe helping yourself to release a little bit more to open up. And you can either stay seated up or you can fold forward if that feels good to you. As far across as it feels good to you. If your knees are hurting, you can always place blankets or pillows underneath your legs if you cannot open up as much as I do right now. On the inhale, we're going to move up and butterfly, like wings of a butterfly, really bounce our legs, opening up, releasing further. Keep breathing. And releasing. Come into a straddle position. Of course, you can come into a middle split if you can, but the straddle will be just fine. And it doesn't matter how much you open up your legs. It's your practice, whatever feels good to you. Now start hip rolls here. Opening up, releasing more. Keep on breathing. Nice opening up. You can have your hands in the back or in the front, whatever feels good to you, to release further. Come up with your left hand and bend across the right side. Maybe moving across and the other arm, the right arm, is moving up. It's almost like a dance and you're just releasing and letting go. Now again, left side moves across all the way to the front of the other leg. And up, you're just releasing with a side bend, maybe doing it again. And bending over to your left side. And it doesn't matter if you sit up straight or you come down all the way. It's about releasing your practice. Now move up again and stay into the side bend, releasing further. And across to the other side, bending over the left leg. Releasing tensions and letting go. Come into a side bend. Make sure always to open up your chest, not move too much forward. And come into the straddle position again. And maybe you do rolls forward and back like cat-cow. Do them small or do them big, whatever feels good to you today. Inhale light, exhale releasing darkness. Inhale light and releasing darkness. Really diving forward and back, releasing and letting go. You can come to the other side if that feels good to you, moving forward and then rounding back, straight back forward and releasing back. Keep on breathing and flowing, movement and breath. Now you can stay sitting up, having the hands in the back, or you move further down onto your elbows or come all the way down, come to laying down and releasing. Breathing. Always inhaling light and exhaling darkness. Maybe you want to Get your toes lifted and pointed, getting a little other stretch in the hamstrings here, releasing kind of like a different release with it. Feel if that feels good to you today. And hold the pose just a little longer. Slowly rise up and then slowly bend your knees, turning your legs inward. Come to a standing position and into the forward fold. Now you can have your hands on your calves, your knees, your thighs, wherever you need to place them to have them somewhere or all the way to the floor. Exhaling and releasing all tensions. Now rise up with a straight back and open up your legs about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Forward fold again, and it doesn't matter if you come to the floor or just grab your calves or heels. And now come into Malasana. Sitting down, make sure your toes are pointing in the same directions as your knees. Elbows are inside of your legs. And move through a forward fold and exhaling, releasing into Malasana. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, deep Malasana, letting go. This time you can even exhale through your mouth once and really release. Hold the Malasana if you can. Letting go. And rising up into a forward again. And roll up all the way into a standing position. Now open up your legs a little bit further and your toes are pointing a little bit more outward. Make sure your knees are pointing, going in the same direction as your toes. And slowly come down to squat position, maybe bouncing, releasing just a little bit further. Keep your hands on your thighs or in front of your heart if you can find the strength today. Really feeling grounded, feeling the strength, maybe opening up your hands, your pointy finger and your thumb are together, and now move into a forward fold from here. And again, inhale, coming up, exhale into a forward fold. Again, inhale, coming up, really strengthening your legs, feeling the groundedness, feeling strong. And now we're going to move to one side. It is the left leg here and moving to the other side, straightening out. It's almost like a Spider-Man seat here. You flow with the inhale and the exhale as much down as you can, as your body allows you to. Slower or faster than I am, whatever feels good to you. And we hold the position on the left side. Maybe have your hands in front of your heart. Breathing deeply and then moving across. Right leg straightens out. If you can, you place your hands in front of your heart or you keep them on the floor. Come to the middle, opening up your legs again, and we're going to come again into a squat position. Coming here into a goddess position, maybe lifting your heels off the floor if that is possible for you. Feeling strong, feeling grounded, feeling divine, rising up all the way. And now we're gonna come into a sitting position, into our favorite pose of relaxation, which is Savasana. Come laying down on your back, and this is really important to do a long Savasana after you've done so much work. Your body needs to adjust and to really relax, to let go. You're gonna feel energized, vitalized, and just strong after a long releasing Savasana. Let everything go, even your breath now. slowly deepen your breath, your inhales and your exhales, coming back to your body. Feeling the floor underneath you holding you. And slowly you can lift your arms and stretch out your body like you're coming out of a good sleep. Maybe you're hugging your legs into your chest and releasing. Maybe rolling just slightly, giving yourself a back massage. Slowly rolling to the one side and the other. Maybe holding the knees in one more time. Breathing deeply here again, and then you can roll on to your side. Stay here if you need to, just a few moments, before you can rise up into a seated position again. One leg in front of the other, and we're gonna come again into the hip rolls. The upper body comes into a cat-cow, hands on your knees, and now feel the other side. Now feel the difference of the openness and the release, the work you have done today. Feel how open you are. Now place your hands back behind you and open up your chest, rounding your back again on the exhale. Again, inhale, open up that chest, grow taller, bigger, and release, placing one hand on your heart and the other one onto your pelvic area, onto your hip area, lower belly, and feel your heart and your lower body expand on every inhale, growing better, bigger, and connecting with each other, growing in love, opening up even further, feeling love, feeling creative, feeling safe and protected, open and released. Thank you for practicing with me today. I wish you a great day. If you like this video, subscribe and leave a comment and a like. Thank you.